Ashwin, my friend, would it be fair to say that we don't really care about the numbers when it comes to this thing, do we?
I'd say that's a fair statement.
Not really why we do it, not really why we're in the game.
It's not really why we do anything, really, I guess. But
Very good point. One thing that I did notice, I was having a look, rummaging through the YouTube channel, account, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Not for anything in particular, and I stumbled across the amount of views that the channel is now up to.
Right.
We've accumulated over 30,000 views on YouTube since our return.
Sounds like a lot.
It's ridiculous. So shout out to every single one of you, every single person who tunes in and listens to this or watches this. Outstanding effort by all of you. That's amazing. Like I saw it a few hours ago, and I'm still kind of trying to find the words to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with anything. It's not the reason we do it, but given that, like, we'll take it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I guess, does that mean that we should pull our finger out and get some merch sorted?
Oh, true. We created our own clock, and now we're on the clock.
The thing about deadlines is they come and go. But the vibes are forever.
G'day and welcome to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. Critch, how you doing, mate?
I am very well, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Good to hear you sort of starting to feel a bit better. You've been a bit crook.
I have been a bit crook, yeah. I'm starting to get back on the mend. We recorded last week at a slightly different time than usual. We're not going to talk about it.
No, we're not, no.
But slightly different time, and it kind of worked out pretty well that we got an episode out last week.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm on the mend. Been in the wars a bit lately.
You actually went to the doctors, didn't you?
I did. I went to the doctors yesterday. I got my hand on some meds that were needed.
First time in a long time? Been to the docs?
Haven't been in a long time. No. I know what you're probing for here. So I'll confess it. I'll confess it here and now in front of our listeners, our viewers, whatever.
Yeah.
So got in there for the appointment. You know, these clinic things are never really on time. Well, the one I went to was actually pretty well run.
Really?
Just moved into the area, or not that long ago.
Yeah.
Looking for a doctor's that's bulk billed. Right?
Yeah.
So fine one, pretty good reviews. Got an appointment available pretty soon. So I'm like, I'll book that. Not too far away.
Yep.
Easy. Go in there, all sorted, get a prescription, head out. I'm like, well, cool. I've got what I needed here. I'm just going to go head to the chemist.
Yep.
Everything's bulk billed. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's all I've got to do there.
Yeah.
You're a dog for making me say this. So head to the chemist, get in the car, and driving home. Get a call. Hi, is this Luke? I'm like, yep. You've just had an appointment with Dr. Such and Such. I'm like, yeah. At this point, I'm thinking, fucking hell, it's a bit early for a how did we do call.
Yeah, jeez. That's like too early. That's almost like, we've actually picked up a lot of stuff that's not good. Like that's...
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for striking while the iron's hot, but I think it's a bit too... and I was thinking maybe they've given me the wrong prescription. I'm like, I'm pissed if they have because I've already got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry, we missed you. There's
we missed you.
There's such a passive-aggressive way of saying it. There's an outstanding bill to be paid. And I've gone, what? What do you mean? Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I thought it was... bulk billed, so I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Turns out I had to pay a little bit, but then I got most of it back.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I was chased down by the debtors at the local medical clinic.
Chased down in the most sorry we missed you.
Yeah. It's actually beautifully put.
Yeah.
You just think about, I guess we'll put this to the listeners. What's the most creative yet subtle way of asking someone to do something that they should have already done?
Yeah. Yeah, because like she could have rang up and been like, "Hi, you just didn't pay. Like you, like where the fuck's the money? Like."
And just to clarify, I didn't bolt out of there. I wasn't like, they're never going to get me. They have every single one of my personal details. Like, there's no way I'm getting away with it.
You slowly walking out and gave a few a few nods to everyone, just like, oh yeah.
Well, I was like, there was no one really waiting, and she wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah.
So I was kind of walking slowly, turned, looked at her.
Yeah.
She looked at me.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything. Went back to what she was doing. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just going to walk out, and then sorry we missed you. Well, if you were fucking sorry, I wouldn't have had to pay at all, mate. That's what I say.
There you go. Adulting, mate.
Actually, that's another question for the listeners. Because I can't be bothered with it. No, I've changed my mind. No. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. Too many questions. Too many. That was a bit of a fuck up on your part. But I think there's an even bigger, and I'd say a massive fuck up on our behalf. On the fine leg to full forward half. Yeah. And
a very good friend of the show slid into our DMs.
Yes.
He's often one of the first to give us some feedback on an episode.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Stefan, and I'm sure we've definitely given him a plug or shout out beforehand, previous episodes, but The Room AFL podcast, check him out.
Yes, absolutely up in their game on Instagram. Put a lot more reels, which I'm a big fan of seeing.
Yes. But Steph did reach out to us and mention that our boy sitting with us on the couch right here,
in sock form and badge form,
as well. Big fan of the show.
Big friend of the show. Mr. Miller.
We have been pronouncing his name incorrectly since the beginning of time, I believe.
Yep. Not once have we said it right.
Yes. And Steph reached out to us and he was like, I noticed that you guys have always been doing it. I'm just checking if you're doing that for the bants or do you actually not know how to pronounce his name?
To be fair to him, he gave us the benefit of the doubt by asking that question in the first place.
He did. And it is not, beyond us to do something like that, I think.
We do commit to the bit.
We do commit to the bit.
We are known to do that.
But unfortunately, not on this occasion.
No.
We have fucked up big time. So
our big friend of the show, Took Miller, is actually called
Took Miller.
You did some research, didn't you? You were on the Gold Coast YouTube page.
I was watching on Gold Coast TV or something like that. Yeah. They do this thing. I don't know if they still do it, but a few years ago, he used to do this thing called, I think it's Took's Talks or something. So he talks to other players and like on the couch sort of thing. And it's like, I watched the video. It's like, welcome to Took's Talk, and I'm like, yep, that's probably enough.
Yeah, there you go. 4 seconds in. That's all the information we're after here.
All the information I need. And
fuck,
kind of wish I'd watched that video about 6 months ago.
And the rest.
Probably longer, eh?
Probably longer than that. Yeah. I'm sorry, but Took Miller sounds wrong.
Does it?
Is he not pronouncing his own name wrong? I swear I've heard people call him Took Miller.
Who, commentators or?
I guess they're probably not the best ones to base.
I love how it's like the assumption that someone's like done their own name. Like when I get emails at work, sometimes they will see my name in the email as an Ashwin, but it's spelled ASWIN, and they'll be like, "Hi Ashwin," and they'll spell it with a H. They'll go ASHWN because it's like they can read it, but they're obviously thinking, well, this bloke doesn't know how to spell his own name, so I might I'll just help him out.
Help a brother out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's obviously what's happened here because we couldn't have fucked up.
Yes.
We couldn't have fucked up like that.
Yeah, okay.
For so long.
Yeah.
So repeatedly.
Yes.
But nah, thanks, Steph, for sliding into the DMs. Always entertaining messages we receive. And we might just call him Mr. Miller from now on, I think.
Let's get on with the show.
Run it back. So running it back through what I reckon was the best round of footy that I can remember for a little while. What about you?
I think a lot of people would definitely agree with that statement.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of them. There was a few somewhat average games that you see most weeks, but a lot of really good games as well. There was a draw on Friday, Richmond Freo, low scoring affair.
Yep,
52 all or something.
Yeah.
A couple of Noahs had the chance to win the game for the Tigs. Couldn't get it done.
No.
Noah Bolter was ran down, wasn't he? Milking the 30 seconds.
That's right.
Didn't hear the ump call play on. Took too long. And then Noah Cumberland?
Yep.
Noah Cumberland.
Yep.
He didn't take long enough. He played on right on the siren.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
It's so I've seen that once before. I think it was a Bombers player.
It was Courtney Dempsey.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dempsey, yeah. Ages ago. But the same, and then it's just the look on the face as well. Just that, no, like.
It's like, I can't believe I've done this.
Yes.
Oh, please let me have it.
Yeah.
Oh, but I know that.
But I can't.
Yeah. All within like a second.
You can just see all the emotions just come to the surface.
Yeah.
That was a ripper of a game. Another ripper of a game I watched, I'm sure you would have watched it as well, Cats and the Power on Saturday night.
I did, yes.
And tell you what, that was, especially the third quarter, well, I didn't see it coming, but the supposed premiership quarter.
Yeah.
Power just looked like they had all the momentum. They looked like they were pretty much going to run away with it.
I was frustrated. Geelong, up comfortably.
Yep.
And then,
What was the margin at halftime?
I think it was 34 at halftime. And then the Power up at three-quarter time.
Up at three-quarter time. But in the end, Geelong was just too good. I think the Power kicked a goal somewhere in the one or two in the fourth, but the Cats definitely pulled away.
Yeah, so it was a good win over there. Another thriller, the Dogs and the D's. Come back from the Dogs. I think that they were down by 20 odd. I think at one point. I think it was the second quarter. But Jamara Ugle-Hagen.
Yes,
he kicked 5. I think he's joined a somewhat exclusive club of first draft picks to kick 5 goals in a game. I'm not actually sure how many people have, but I did see that. It was quite a small list.
Yeah, right.
But including the Sealer as well.
Yeah.
The Sealer, which was an amazing goal from outside 50.
5 goals, but more importantly, towards the end of the game, the clutch moment. Definitely what I've been hearing is, sort of a coming of age sort of game. So.
Yeah, because he's been sort of around the mark for a little while, and it's going to be good to see him flourish.
Absolutely.
He's still so young. Like, it's crazy.
Oh.
It's crazy to think about.
And the fact that we expect so much of these young players speaks to the environment that they're in, the high pressure sport that they're in,
Not much like it, is there?
Yeah. And there was another game, another thriller, and this is what we're talking about this round. I'd argue potentially the most thrilling of them all. The Bombers and the Pies.
Just something about these two teams when they play each other.
Mate. Can you imagine that on Anzac Day?
Fucking hell.
Can you imagine that on Anzac Day?
Jesus.
After the siren, but even prior to that, in the last couple of minutes, what was his, Harrison
Jones for the Bombers.
For the Bombers. I think he was only about 30-odd out. Was it?
It might have been a little further than that, but it wasn't a difficult kick.
It wasn't a difficult kick.
40, 50 seconds left.
Yeah, hits the post. And then crazy transition, end to end within 15 seconds or so. And for Jamie Elliott to go back and seal it the way he did it just topped off in an incredible game.
Yeah. Well, it was he took a mark 2-on-1. Like, he was outnumbered when he took the mark.
Yeah.
And the angle that he was on, and he was just so unfazed by it, and just fucking slotted it through. It was crazy. We were getting ready to go out for my brother's birthday dinner. Yeah. And we've all got our shoes on, ready to go. The game's still on. I'm the last one in the room with the TV on.
Yeah.
And just I was just sucked into the excitement, jumping for joy as I was trying to get out. I was like, oh my God, he's fucking kicked it. I just got so caught up in it. It was crazy. Jeez. Crazy. Such an amazing game. But That's not what we're talking about this week.
It's not. No, not the amazing footy that happened over the week.
Yeah, I feel like. Look, I'll be the one to say it. We've probably spoken enough footy.
I'd say we've spoken almost for 2 weeks worth of episodes. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good because what I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
I want to ask you if you saw the lady who took a cat to the game on Saturday night.
Was it a lady? Was it?
The person who took a cat to the dog's D's.
I definitely saw the photo. Saw the
didn't look like a very pleased cat, did it?
No,
it didn't look like it was having a good time.
No, very upset. Had the I don't know what you.
It was like a full harness.
The harness thingy and the
Odd.
Burmese, big Burmese.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, big grey Burmese. Just looked pretty not thrilled.
Yeah, which I mean is crazy to think because it was such a good game. Like just. But you can't take this shit for granted these days.
I have never seen that before in my life.
And that leads us to a question. Why would you take that to a game? Why would you take the cat to a game? Do you reckon she's snuck it in? Or do you reckon that they've convinced security that it's an assistance animal or something?
You could do that actually. Potentially, maybe. I'm sure you could do it with obviously with guide dogs.
Yeah, for sure. So assistant animals are allowed, but I don't know what you kind of got to prove in that scenario. But why? Why would you take a cat to the game? Okay. And that got us thinking.
It did.
Got us thinking. You can already tell where we're going with this. It got us thinking about other things that you would take to a game.
Yes.
To a game of footy.
Yes.
That would make other people think, why?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Without any further ado, Ashwin.
Yes.
Take it away.
I will take it away. This is, okay, I'll paint the picture.
Please do.
This is sort of me justifying why I would bring this particular thing to the game.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can justify it. Yeah, it's cool. We don't have to, but yeah. Okay, cool.
I will.
Cool. No, I was just panicking there because I haven't thought about any way of justifying mine. But no, please. I'm excited to hear yours.
Well, you go into a game of footy. There's always going to be little bits that you miss, right?
Yeah, that's
little
true.
bits that you miss. You're gonna be might be at, in a line for food or dunny, whatever it is. You're just going to miss a little bit here and there.
It happens.
It happens, right? And if you're out and about, and then you come back to your seat, and you've heard the roar, and you're like, "What happened? I missed it," right? And you want to re-watch these highlights at the game then and there. You could do it on your phone, but
you could very easily do it on your phone.
You could. But if you want a bigger screen, why wouldn't you could just sneak a TV into the game.
Sneak a TV into the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're not looking at your phone because you want a bigger screen?
Yes.
How big are we talking?
It doesn't have to be massive.
Okay.
It could be like a 32-inch or something like that.
How are you sneaking a 32-inch TV into the footy?
Just in your bag.
How big is this fucking bag?
I don't think there's bag limits at the MCG. You can take a massive bag in if you want. It's just, you might need to sneak in an antenna as well because you probably won't be able to. And your seat might have to be conveniently located so that it's close to one of those, the PowerPoints that are used for cleaning and whatnot. Yeah. There's a few things that need to line up. But what I'm saying is, if they do line up, take it in.
Take it in.
Take it in. Your remote sort of wireless antenna, your TV, got it set up. You can just set it up on your lap if you want. Just put it on your lap, and then if you miss something, you come back later and you just just the highlights.
Yeah, but how are you getting a 32-inch TV past security? You say you've said that you've got to line up. Show me this bag.
It's a big bag.
You're saying that a few things have to line up. I feel like you've got to iron out a lot of details.
Okay, maybe we could downsize the TV slightly. Maybe, I don't know, what's the next size down? Is it a 28 inch or something?
I just feel like you're going to downsize till you get to the fucking phone size.
Look, maybe. All right. Potentially. But that's what I'd want to sneak in.
You just because?
It's just cause. Just cause.
Right. Okay.
What are you going to sneak in?
Okay. Well, I'm going to do my best to paint you a word picture as you did for me.
Okay.
Albeit the quality of the word picture. Anyway. So I'm going to start with a question for you.
Okay.
What's the worst thing about going to the footy?
Probably the crowd. Well, not the crowd, but the lines, probably. The lines.
No, I agree with both because lately when I've been to the footy, I'm sitting in a seat, plenty of empty seats around me.
Yep.
And you get one joker who's fucking just parks himself right in front of you.
In front.
Parks himself right next to you.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? And you like try and get their attention as you're like looking around all the empty seats, try and do it as subtly as possible.
It's like that, especially if it's all general admission. It's like that plane seat thing that I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
It's like, there is a seat. That's available as well.
Yeah. And when you mentioned that, you asked the question about, am I a dick if I get up and move?
Yes.
I'm getting up and moving.
You're getting up and moving?
Oh, fucking oath I am.
Yeah?
Fucking oath I am.
Yeah.
So, crowds. I'm not actually on about the seat, though, in this scenario.
Okay.
I was just sidetracked.
Okay.
Because the lines are an annoying part of footy. Maybe not this season, because everyone's talking about how low the crowds have been. Okay. But waiting for food is a pain in the ass, all right? A packed stadium.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna sneak in an air fryer and some tendies from home.
Nice.
I'm not going to be waiting in line.
No.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be missing the footy.
No.
So I won't need me TV.
Yep.
I just need to find a PowerPoint. But
so the same one it's just sitting in the same similar sort of area as the for the TV.
Yeah. But I won't need to take up the PowerPoint with the TV.
Yeah.
I won't have to move.
You won't have to move, exactly.
And 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Chuck them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
And nice and probably warmer than what they're going to be buying from the G.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, you could probably sell them for more.
Oh, could do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Fuck, this has so many opportunities. This is actually a great idea. This is getting better and better the more I think about it. And to finish it off,
yes,
I reckon I could sneak that in a bag.
An air fryer?
I reckon I can get that in a bag.
Yeah.
Well, you know the air fryer I've got downstairs. More likely to sneak that in than a fucking 32-inch TV.
You reckon?
Yeah. What do you mean, do you reckon? It's not, oh, it's close. Which is it going to be? Yes.
But it's so round, though.
Yeah, you like a duffel bag or like a bigger sort of beach bag.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah. See, you've asked me which bag and I've given you an answer. You know, you didn't fucking give me an answer.
Could I take like one of those big camping bags?
What, like a swag? I feel like that's what it'd need to be for the size
for
of TV.
A TV. Yeah. Do you reckon you get let in with that?
No, I don't. No. Funnily enough, no. Somehow I don't reckon that's passing the bag check. No, air fryer. I think it'd be a few people looking at me going, "Why?" But then I think the longer the game goes on, the more they'd understand.
They'd understand.
Yeah,
and they'd come to you for the tendies.
Yeah, at a reasonable price.
Chicken tendies or chicken fingers?
I appreciate the community reference, but no, chicken tendies.
Okay,
cool.
There it is.
All right, come on. What do you got?
So taking. Wait, let me. Once again, let me paint the picture first before I go through with this.
Should we apologise for this episode now or later?
You can do it now and later if you want.
I am sorry for this episode.
As per most weeks, I guess.
I feel like I haven't had to apologise for a few.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The ones where we kind of waffle in.
Yeah.
They're the ones where...
Generally...
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Deserve a bit of apology. Scoring has been, a thing since the invention of these games, right? You need to score these games. Footy, cricket. whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hardly breaking news.
No, it's not.
Okay,
No.
right, cool.
I'm just bringing everyone on the journey with me.
Okay.
Right? So I want you to think, how many times have scorers at the games, at these professional games, stuffed up? Probably not often, probably never. Right?
No, it's happened. It's happened at plenty of Big Bash games I've been to.
Has it?
Yeah, they've had to
stuffed up?
turn the scoreboard off at the ground.
Midway through, and then they
Yeah.
rectify it towards the end. Yeah, okay.
But yes, I see your point. Rarely happens.
Yes.
Rarely happens.
But this is the thing. I think those times that they have stuffed up, I reckon what's happened is someone's gone to the ground and been scoring separately. They've taken a scorebook to the ground. They've been scoring separately. They've noted something's fucked up. They've gone up to the box. They will let them know. And they've gone, oh, fuck, all right, let's just turn it off temporarily.
And plug it back in manually.
Yes. So I reckon sneak in I don't know if it'll be really sneaking in, but a scorebook.
Yeah, I feel like you get away with that. And no, yeah, people do that. People do that. I've seen that plenty of times at the cricket.
You've actually seen people do it?
Oh, yeah. Especially the test matches. They take their own scorebook and they do it. People enjoy it. I don't get it. If you are one of those people that takes a scorebook to the cricket and scores along with it because you enjoy it.
Yes.
First of all, are you a psychopath? Second of all, do you actually enjoy it? Because when I was still living in the UK, I got paid £15 to score the Sunday team.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good. I got paid to do it, and I hated it.
Yep. Yeah,
I
right.
fucking hated it.
Yeah, right.
And C, do you want to come down to the Pels next season and fucking score for us then? Because we can't get enough of the boys to fucking do it.
Yeah, it's a great shout, actually.
But also, why do you enjoy scoring?
Doesn't matter why. If they do enjoy it, they should definitely get down.
Yeah.
To the Pels games.
We will pay you in the form of the scone that Ashwin doesn't eat.
Not a fan of cream.
He doesn't like scones. That's just so non-Pels.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the least Pels about you. Least Pels thing about you.
Yeah, fair enough. That's all right.
I'll probably think of a couple more, but that's all right. We'll talk about that. Okay, I've got another one. I kind of hijacked that. Did you have anything more to say on the scorebook one?
No, that's fine. I think as long as we get someone that comes down to the Pels games next season.
That is the key takeout.
That's the key takeout of this.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Something that I know for a fact isn't allowed inside the MCG.
Right.
I'm going to try and smuggle in a chair to the game.
Your own chair?
My own chair, okay? Because I've mentioned before, this isn't to do with where people are sitting. This isn't, old mate sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
Or old mate sitting next to me.
Someone tools
someone
tools in front of you or something like that.
Chances are I'm okay in that regard.
I'd say so.
It does happen every now and then. Whenever I see someone taller than me, I do take note and go, fucking hell. You're a tall motherfucker.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with this. Yes, okay. So I take a chair in, not to avoid people,
right,
but because the chairs there are so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a lot of room, a lot of leg room in particular.
Right.
So I would I'd wheel my own one in.
Like your ergonomic, your work chair.
I would find a way to fold it up.
You would find, or would you disassemble it, or and then disassemble it, put it in a bag, reassemble it at the ground?
Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
As you were saying that, I'm like, fuck. Doesn't sound like fun. Doesn't sound like something I want to do.
But
I would for the comfort. Yeah, especially for a test match.
Oh yeah,
I'd do that.
It's a long haul. But
actually, one days go longer, don't they? Like a day. Yeah.
Where would you put this ergonomic chair though? Like you probably
this
wouldn't
fucking
fit it.
magical bag that you've got.
No. I'm not taking your dig of it. I'm all for the chair. Like I have back pain all the time, as you know. After every basketball game, every Wednesday, I'm always like, "Oh, yeah, my back. Oh, my back.
Oh, get the roller, boys.
Get the foam roller." But once you've actually gone to the effort of assembling this thing, where does it actually? It's probably not going to fit in the aisles, right? It's not going to.
No, it's not. And I guess I haven't thought it all the way through.
Okay.
Which can't come as a surprise for the ones that we've mentioned so far tonight.
Yes.
What about in the I need some help with people sort of blocking me in the standing room only bits.
Ah, okay.
Plug it there, bit of comfort, or just go like not in the disabled bits, but sort of next to the disabled bit.
Yeah.
So it's like you look at me as that's a bit off.
Yeah,
but I'm not quite doing the wrong thing.
Not sort of like that's funny.
Yeah,
but then not enough to be like, hey. Yeah.
Not funny, haha. Funny, peculiar.
Yeah.
Which says a lot about me as a person. So yeah, I'll get back to you on how I'm sneaking it in. But yeah, I'm getting the chair in there.
One more for you.
One more. All right, this will be good.
This will be a good one.
If any of the previous ones are anything to go by.
You've probably seen, people podcasters they do like live recordings at certain events.
Yeah, like they go to certain venues and they do like a live show. They get a crowd down.
They get a crowd down, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Imagine taking a studio grade professional like microphone and an interface. Yeah. Or a mixer, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
To the game. Can you imagine doing that?
No.
Probably not, because that would involve us going to a game of footy together.
That's the first thought. Yeah, that hasn't happened for some time.
The biggest hindrance, I think. But that would be not a bad thing to sneak in. I mean, the people around you might be a bit. I mean, if you're recording a live podcast throughout the entire game, they might get a little pissed off at you.
You'd have to go toward the top of Marvel, like an empty game, and hope that those fucking random people don't just sit next to you or right in front of you. Now, what team could you go and see at Marvel and not worry about the crowd?
Sure, there'd be a few teams like that.
Any come to mind? No? Not at all?
Nah.
Rhymes with Schmorsh Melbourne?
Schmorsh Melbourne.
That's something I really want to do now. Yeah,
What?
I know you can't actually take like professional equipment into a game. Like they don't allow you to take it in there.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like unless you're like an approved media person working there. But
okay. That's why you sneak it in.
That's why. Yeah. Well, we should find a way to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us know in the comments.
Whoa.
And we will do this. Let us know in the comments if you want us to do a live podcast at a game, at an AFL game. Okay. And we'll go to the drawing board and we'll figure out a way.
Have I agreed to this? I don't feel like I feel like I don't want to break the law. I'm a very law abiding person.
Do you remember the heckling episode?
Yes.
The guidelines that were there.
Yes.
And they weren't rules.
Yes.
They're more like just take it as a guideline. You'll be right.
Okay.
So yeah, let us know if you want to see that, and we might see if we can make it happen.
If we eventually get to a game together.
Yeah. Well, maybe we just kind of do it we might do quite a toned down version. The quality might be even lower than this. I mean, the quality in terms of sound has not been a problem for a while.
That's true.
Anyway, that was Run It Back. So at the end of Run It Back, we get forward.
Yes, we do.
That's what we do. Do I have the question? Do you have a question?
I have the question.
Okay. All right, cool.
Getting forward.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about, what we would bring into a ground. Why would we bring it? But what would you try to smuggle out of the footy?
Smuggle out of the ground?
Out of the ground.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I feel like a lot of people's first thoughts would be like a blade of grass from the Hello Turf.
Of course.
I would say one of the coats from the security guard.
They look pretty fluffy, don't they?
They look warm as fuck. Like they never look phased by the temperature.
Yeah, because quite often it is quite cold.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
When I went to the game the other week, whenever it was,
Yeah.
I had 7 layers on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these coats look like they do the job all by themselves. I'm trying to smuggle one of them out.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah.
You'd have to distract one of the security guards.
Look, there's a few details about all of these that we've said that we have to iron out, all right?
Yes.
That's neither here nor there. We'll figure it out.
We come up with the ideas.
Yeah.
And we leave it up to the listeners to steal actual jackets.
What would you try and smuggle out?
I'm trying to think of anything that's sort of... So the food that you get there is kind of overpriced, right? So you wouldn't really want to...
No, it'd be cold by the time.
You could, yeah. But it is worth more though. The food at the game, it's like,
how much are you selling cold, or borderline expired food for?
Just outside the ground. So no, it won't get too cold. So maybe you get it inside the ground and then walk outside, and maybe it's, I don't know, you want to sell it for a little bit less.
We might actually take this as a learning opportunity to, in these scenarios, sometimes say, no answer is better than some answers.
Switch on.
So we're switching on. I'm going to say this because I haven't said it for a while. It's time to get your head in the game and get thinking.
Wow.
Usually what switch on's all about. Speaking of thinking, how's this for a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon you're more likely to get away with smuggling a couple of pet goldfish into a game?
Yeah.
Or a 6-pack of beers? Let's say you got 3 or 4 goldfish in like a plastic bag with water.
Okay.
You reckon you can smuggle that in? Or smuggle a 6-pack of beers in, bearing in mind you're not allowed to bring cans, glass, or alcohol.
I think you'd be...
Thinking.
I think you'd be more likely to get away with... This is assuming that both bags are properly checked, right?
Yes. It doesn't need to be a massive bag for either one of these items.
No.
Cool.
I'm just imagining someone not even like just rocking up to the ground with a goldfish in a bag. It's not even like a separate bag. It's just like a bag like this and walking through. And that's the bag check.
As long as it's sealed, right? There's nothing saying you can't bring a bag of goldfish in water into a game.
Exactly. That's why I think you'd be more likely to get away.
Just on a technicality.
Yeah. Like people they'd be like, okay. And they'd let you through. Like they'd be like, these guys are pretty weird, but
yeah.
As opposed to, obviously, you're not allowed to bring a 6-pack in. So
no, cool. I agree with that. I agree with that. Question 2.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most out there animal that you reckon you'd be able to convince security is your assistance animal?
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks, mate. Like you need to convince them.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So quite often it's for vision, right? Like, or it's sometimes it's is it for like emotional?
Yeah, like
support?
you can get for like anxiety,
and stuff like that. You could justify most animals, surely, but what's the most out there one? I reckon like a monkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you have to get like a child's ticket for a monkey, you reckon?
And just like have him like walk along with you. And his boobs.
That's 2 community references.
2. Yeah, I can't stop now.
No, that's fair.
It's a small version. It's a small version of dude. Why don't I have 10 of them or something?
Yeah. It's a small version of a dude. Why don't I have 10 of them? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with the monkey.
Go with the monkey.
Yeah. What would you say?
I'd go with a bag of 3 or 4 goldfish.
Nice.
I have a third question for you, which isn't something that I've done for a little while.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Okay.
Really quickly, though.
Yeah.
So I had a look on the MCG site,
Yeah.
like the rules of admittance or whatever they're called. I don't know. I'm going to give you some options here. I want you to tell me which one of these is not allowed into the MCG.
This is actual stuff. This is actual.
So one of these is not allowed in the MCG.
Wow.
Is it A, torn up paper? Is it B, an esky? Is it C, an open box of cereal?
Okay.
Or D, an umbrella?
I'm. I don't know what they wouldn't. Surely they wouldn't have anything against an open box of cereal. That's ridiculous. And now that I've seen that, I kind of want to take cereal to the ground now.
Take your Fruit Loops down.
I do want to take my Fruit Loops down. Umbrellas, nah, surely. Torn up paper is. It's got to be an esky, surely.
Esky, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon. Lock it in. Lock in B.
Okay. So you weren't brave enough to pick C.
No.
Which is good news.
Yes.
Because it is A.
What?
On the list of things not allowed into the ground, you can't bring in torn up paper.
What?
I have no idea why. No
What?
idea. It's on the site. It's on the MCG site.
But you can bring an esky in.
Yeah. It doesn't say you can't.
Yeah, right. I guess they'd check the esky to see what's in there, but what?
Yep. There you go. We're not just laughing, we're learning too. That's all I've got for you this week, mate.
That's insane.
If you can wrap your head around that and maybe churn out a question of your own.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I think I'll just hit you with one question this week.
Just one?
Well, you had three, so...
No, I wasn't trying to...
No. I feel like... No, it's all right.
You're downing your question now, aren't you?
What?
Are you downing the questions you prepared?
Yes.
Okay, right, there
Big
it is.
time.
Yeah, try and pin it on me being the reason you changed your mind on shit.
Question one and only. What is the best musical instrument to take to a ground? I don't know if you'd have to sneak it. I don't know. I haven't read the MCGs in terms of like what instruments you can take in, but let's assume that you can take in anything.
Okay. You can't, but we will assume that you can.
Okay.
Give me a vuvuzela.
Oh.
Yeah. 2010 World Cup
World Cup,
vibes.
right?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Taking one of them in.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, like, you're not allowed whistles either.
You're not allowed whistles?
Nah. I learned a lot looking this up.
This is all from your research. For
you say research, it was looking at one page on the MCG's website.
Well, it's very comprehensive.
Yeah,
it's got lots of stuff on it.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's the most important page to look at in this scenario.
You're not allowed to whistle, but you can whistle yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right.
So I'd say a vuvuzela though.
Yeah, okay.
What would you say?
I feel like drums are always pretty good.
Yeah.
They get the vibes going, get the crowd going.
Get the vibes. We're all at vibes here.
Yeah. Maybe bongos or something.
Bongos? Yeah, right, okay.
Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. So, my legs from last week. Leg one, I said a player from Sri Lanka will be nominated for this year's BBL 12 draft.
Of which the Renegades have the number one pick.
Really?
Number one pick.
Been guaranteed it?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know. I put a story up sharing that post.
Okay.
It was like the fact that the Renegades got the number one pick, and it was, will being a Renegades fan finally pay off? And the options were no, and no in Gades red.
It's always good to have options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So was leg one was
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine. That a player from Sri Lanka would be nominated for this draft at some point this week, and I didn't see anything about that. So none from one. Leg two, I said someone in the AFL will get at least 50 touches this week. Nope.
Because of episode 50.
Yes. That was It was more in hope. But Jack Steele did get 40 though. So
did he?
Yeah.
How fucking good is Jack Steele?
It's Jack Steele. Leg 3. Someone in our basketball team will apologise this week for doing the team thing and passing the ball too much. That was a bit of a reference to the whole Bailey Fritsch thing from the week before, I think.
Oh, it was subtle. Yeah.
But also, no, didn't happen.
Didn't happen?
No.
Obviously, I wasn't there, but no.
No, so none from 3.
None from 3.
None for.
Fuck me. We hate that.
It's all right. It's okay.
I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Okay. Leg 1 for me last week. I said that both Port Adelaide and the Western Bulldogs will score within 10 points of their score in the last grand final they featured in.
Yes.
Nice simple leg, not wordy at all. That didn't happen. Didn't happen.
No.
I did something similar the week before. I'm like, I'm going to double down on this. And maybe I've learnt my lesson.
Yes.
So none from 1. Leg 2, I said at least 2 of the winning streaks that we mentioned last week would continue.
Yes.
So North unfortunately lost, so their streak ended at 1.
It did.
Geelong won, so their streak is now up to 9. And then when I said this leg, I didn't realise that Collingwood and Essendon were playing. So all I needed was for them to avoid a draw, which was close, close to happening, and then one of Geelong and North to win. But yeah, so Geelong and Collingwood both won 9 in a row.
Tick.
I think that's the first time that's happened since 2011, I think. They were
Geelong and
Collingwood with the granny, weren't they? So a lot of people are saying that might be the case again this year. We'll see.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Okay.
Leg 3. I said the Q Clash will be the highest ever attended one.
No.
That didn't get up either. That didn't get up. There was 21,000 there.
Okay.
The farthest back I went, there was 25. I don't know if that was the record, but 21 wasn't. So
wasn't.
One for.
One for. Better than none for.
It is.
All right, my legs for this week. Leg 1. I will see at least 3 streets in Adelaide that share the names of streets in Melbourne.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to Adelaide.
Mm-hmm. That was a very nice way of bringing up that.
Yeah.
Going to see P-Dog-a-Dog.
Yeah, this weekend, so it should be good. I'll amend, like, I will take note. Like, I'll actually see the street signs. I'll be on the street, I'll see the street sign, I'll be like, okay, this street was also in Melbourne.
Okay, yeah.
So 3 of those.
Yep. Cool.
Leg 2. No game this week will have a margin of less than 6 points.
You reckon we were spoiled this week?
I think we were.
Yeah, okay.
And leg 3, at least one side will be fully dismissed in the 3rd ODI between India and the Windies.
Yeah,
so
cool.
The first 2 one days has been actually really good game, really tight games. The Windies have really been. I just assume India. Anything, limited overs cricket is just unstoppable.
They've been so good for so long at that.
Yeah. But India have won both of them, both games, but they've been, they won one of them by like 3 runs and the other one they chased down the runs with like 2 balls to spare. So really tight games.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my legs.
Cool. All right. Mine for this week, leg 1, we will see another animal at another sporting event somewhere around the world this week.
Yeah, okay. So it's one of those things where it pops up once and then people are like, oh, I want to jump on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
Leg 2, the margin between Geelong and the Western Bulldogs will be bigger than the 13 points it was back when they played each other in round 12.
Okay.
So more than 13.
Okay.
The margin.
Yeah.
Not saying which way.
Cool.
And leg 3, I will be asleep before the end of the Freo Melbourne game on Friday night. It's an 8:10 start over in Perth.
8:10.
Oh, sorry, 8. It's in Perth, so it's an 8:10 start here.
Okay.
And I don't reckon I'll make it to the end.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see how that goes. That's it for another week, mate. How do you think that one went?
Well, how many times did we apologise?
Not as many as we have done previously.
True.
Should we say sorry to Took Miller?
Yes. Deserves another apology, I think.
feel like saying it that way is how I would say it if I still had my accent. Would that be fair to say?
I don't know.
Luke, Book, and Took.
Yeah, true.
I feel like that's how I'd say it.
So are we committing now? Are we just committing to Took, or are we?
What should we do?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll come back to you guys with an answer early on next week. We'll make it a top priority.
Yes. Yes.
We'll think about it long and hard for the next 7 days. What else? What else we talk about? What even was this episode?
Scorers?
Yes. Yeah, if you're a weirdo that goes to the cricket with a scorebook and scores on your own, do get in touch with us or, the Pels at Pelicans Cricket
At Pels.
on Instagram because we'll pay you in scone form.
Yes.
What else?
Don't know. But, I mean, who cares? Footy. Yeah, footy happened.
How good's footy? Being a footy podcast when we have rounds like that.
Like actual good rounds of footy.
You sit there
and
you get to talk about it on your podcast and talk about how fucking good footy is.
Well, I guess it's just another week though for us, given that we are a footy podcast.
Yep. And the way this footy podcast ends every episode is by saying,
keep kicking goals.